All right, who's ready to see this project come to an end? I know that I am. So we're gonna get started on that right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Russ Oliver, man. This here's the 1020 John Deere we've been working on, and we need to wrap it up. We got a few little things to do, and I don't have all the pieces yet, so this is going to be filmed over multiple days. But the first thing we're going to do is move it out here on a more level surface, and then we are going to change the oil because that's something he wanted. It was an act of Congress to find 30 weight oil. That's what he wants in it, and I drove all over trying to find it. So I got that, and we'll do that for him, and then I got a little bit of Lucas to add to it. I think that'll maybe help the blow-by situation. I need to, what else? I've also got some zip ties that we can tidy up our hoses and stuff. I went to the old supply tractor store, and they had clearance specials, friends. Oh, I loaded up a cart full of stuff. One thing they had was packs of like 600 zip ties, and for like $7. So yeah, we're getting in on that. And I got a bunch of abrasive grinding wheels for like $3 a bundle for 5. I thought that was excellent. So yeah, we're gonna make use of some of that. But if we do that, then basically the only things we're going to be waiting on is the 2 shift balls that I got new for this. And then I got a fuel gauge. We're going to try to get that slapped in there and see if we can't make it register again what it's supposed to. And if that doesn't fix it and we need the sending unit too, I may just send it back to him and say, you can get a sending unit and put that in, and it should work, because we had power where we need, we got ground where we need, we just don't have gauge action. So yeah, anyway, I suppose the battery's dead, so we're gonna have to have the we're gonna have to have the jump box again, and then sometime or another I should probably park it somewhere and put it on the battery charger and let it just sit here and cook, so that it starts up every time and we don't need to sit there and wait, you know. That's part of why I bought those grinding wheels, you know. I thought maybe a few weeks I'll probably have to replace this one, because it's, you know, it's getting a little bit smaller than what it needs to be, but I could probably use it another day or two. All right. Come on now. Don't fight, baby. We're struggling. See, how can something have 12.4 volts and still be dead as a doornail? Had her wide open. I had her in battery charging mode, I guess. Might as well leave that there, because we'll need it to start it again after a while. This is the first test drive, and we're doing poorly. We don't have it in gear, I guess. There we go. Trick is not to run over our jump box, you know. Wouldn't that be bad? Yeah, when you hit the brakes, you still have steering, because the brakes run off of the transmission pump. Oh, choke out. little rich. Unfortunately, that's not something we can do anything about because he's got the non-adjustable fuel solenoid. I guess we could turn the idle screw in just a touch, but we're gonna walk away. We're gonna pretend it's fine. So now we need to get us some type of catch pan here, and then we need to get the oil out of the pickup. The filter and stuff's over here, and I don't know what I'm going to use exactly to catch that oil. If the bucket will fit under there, it should. Our magical bucket with many mixture of fluids in it. Sure. Let me grab some stuff and I'll be right back. All right, if my math is right, I think the tractor's supposed to hold 6 quarts. 2.5 gallon jug, that should be 10 quarts, so it should all fit in there, you know? And then we can use it for oiling chains on the combines we don't use. That would work good. Oh, what kind of thing is that? I hope that's a 1/2 inch ratchet head thing in there. And if it is, that could be bad because I didn't have good luck with that screen on the other one. I don't remember changing the oil in ours for a while, so probably have to do that pretty soon. Okay. Now we probably should have this ready to go. That way we can drop the plug into the can and lose that. And we're also gonna try to do this in some way. Come on now. Okay, righty tighty, lefty failure. Okay, now that one came out nice. The back end one, not so much. And remember, this won't be any fun if you don't get it all over you. Okay. There we go. My jug is kind of sprung up from the sun, kind of rounded, and it won't sit square. You know, why am I surprised? Not surprised that we wouldn't have. All right, that doesn't look too bad, but it's kind of thinnish. I think it does have a little fuel in it, so it smells kind of like it. But yeah, well, if this jug would participate, we'll let it sit here a little bit and just kind of drain out, and we'll go get the filter off and take care of that situation. All right, friends, there's not joy in Mudville yet, so don't get too excited. We have to get that filter off whilst dealing with the loader frame and our own stupidity, etc. So, sweet. That worked. Oh, right, awesome. If you don't flip it and spray yourself with oil, are you really doing it right? Probably not. Okay, well, we're gonna clean that better, because that ain't flying. Well, that's better. Always lube your rubbers too, friends. Don't go in dry, because that could be bad. I'm gonna double check something though real quick before I put this down. Just make sure. Like to do a visual comparison. Make sure everything should mount up fine. And of course it's not gonna. Why are we struggling? There. Alright. now I got oil all over all my pretty stuff, you know. Now, we should probably put the drain plug back in before adding oil. That's a very important step. So I'll work on that, and then we'll just pour the oil in there in the filler, and all should be right with the world. All right, I didn't get that filmed very good, but I got oil in it. Let's start it up again and let it run a little bit. Then we'll double check and make sure we got the right amount in there. It was right up to the line. So once it pumps some in the filter and whatnot, it'll probably be a little too low. And then again, if I didn't wait long enough and there was still some draining down in there, it might be too full. We'll just have to see. Blow by, but it runs sweet, so yeah. Don't see any leaks, so that's good. We should probably check the whole you're probably wondering how that got up there. When I dropped that filter, it splashed, so that's how it ended up there. We should check over the whole thing for leaks. It's no more there. Yesterday I was worried that maybe this was leaking, but I don't think it is. It would only leak when you went up, so, because that's only a one-way thing, so. But yeah. We'll double check the level here in a minute, and then I think we can call that, mark that off of our list of things we had to do. All right, it's been running for like 20 minutes. I just shut it off. Let's give her one more check of our, yeah. Let's see what our oil situation is like. Pretty well on it. It might need just a shade. It's like a 1/16 from the line, so I don't know if that's worth it to add in or not, because I'll probably overfill it then. Plus that's, you know, with the filter already full, so yeah, I don't know. I might splash a little in here, and but she does have some blow by, you know. It's an old tractor. What do you expect? All right, now we'll, armed with our 2 bags of zip ties of different sizes, we're going to try to tidy this all up a little bit. You know, make it a little more nice. I'm not sure how or where, but we'll just put some on in different places. Try to keep the hoses a little bit contained, you know. Should have probably got my pliers for this. It works a little better to pull on, pull stuff tight, you know. I tried to take care when I put them on not to get some trapped behind other ones that I thought, you know, would play nice together. like these two are pretty well mated. But they go in two opposite directions. So yeah. All right, so I think that's about as good as it can be for what it is. I guess I could have zip tied his other two hoses together, but I never touched those other than put them in the new valve. So yeah, but it's coming along. Like I said, we're going to wait now, and I'll probably wait to throw that in, and we'll put those two balls on the shifters, and then I might have a whole separate video working on his fuel gauge. I don't know. We'll see how sad that turns. You know, I assume that I'll just pull the green panel off that other side, because that would be the easiest thing to do. And then she's going to be done, friends. I've drove it around a little bit here and played with it, and it's got good steering. The only time the steering quits is when you're really giving it full bore with the loader going up or whatever. But just thinking about how I use a loader, I don't know that I am ever lifting and steering at the same time. I mean, I think it's, if you were, you would probably be moving, and then the moving of the tractor will take over to make it easy to steer. So I don't think you'll even notice that. But I will run it a little more just to make sure that nothing's leaking. Somebody on the video said, did you put the fan on backwards? And that kind of made me second guess myself, but I don't think so. I don't think I put the fan on backwards. You know, unless there's something I don't understand about John Deere fans, and they like to put them on backwards of everybody else. Usually the reinforced part is to the back. So, looks right anyway to me, but what do I know? But I'll throw in footage when we get more stuff, and then hopefully, maybe by the end of this week, we'll be taking this back home and picking up a second tractor to work on that he has, and my 54 drill that he has. So I think I got it figured out how to load it on my trailer, so that'll be kind of sketchy, but we'll make it work. I always do. And then I've got another exciting project, which I don't know if I should put in this video, because by the time you see this, it's, who knows, I might already have it here. But I bought something that should make good YouTube viewing, and it's going to make my life of hauling things around much easier, in theory. But we'll talk about that when it happens. Well, I got to throw this in now, because I came over here and looked at my tractor, and sure enough, they've got the reinforced part facing forward, which makes me think maybe I put that fan on backwards on his tractor. I need to do some, maybe if the parts book would show me, maybe I need to just follow suit like this and turn it around. That is going to be very sad, friends, because that is going to be very, very difficult to do with it in the tractor like it is. So my life just got worse, but we're used to sadness. Well, now it just got more interesting, because I went back and looked at the video from taking this apart, and this fan was put on this way. This is the way this one was on there. So either this one is wrong now, or mine is wrong and has been for a long time. So I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to figure that out. It looks right to me, because the other way would look kind of goofy, I think. So maybe the fans are made in two different ways. I think that one on mine has more blades than this one does. But boys, I don't know. Do you have a 1020? Is the flat side forward, or is the reinforcing strap forward? Maybe this one was put together wrong the whole time, or maybe I put mine together wrong years ago. I don't know. I'm confused now, because I never questioned that till a viewer commented that it was backwards, and I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I've never had that problem before, putting a fan on backwards. I would have thought this is the right way, and this is the way that this one came off of there. So have I been running mine backwards all these years? Or are they two different fans, and one's made one way and one's made the other way? I am puzzled, friends. But all I can say is, I don't think I'm changing this one because this is the way this one was. So far be it from me to question accuracy, but he said it never got hot, so boys, I don't know. I'm confused. So we'll do some research into that maybe. Maybe I need to go track down another tractor. I know somebody who's got one of these, and just look at it and see if it's right or wrong before I send it back, because that's a puzzle. Well, friends, I've been doing a lot of research, and I believe that fan is backwards. But if you look at this screenshot from when we took it apart, this is the way that it came off of there. This is the same direction that it was when we took it off, with that reinforcement strap towards the back. But I got on the internet and I looked up used fans for 1020s and for practically every model of John Deere, and they're all put together with the reinforcement strap on the front. So guess what that means, dear friends? Why, that means where this thing's gonna have to come apart again to fix that. So instead of trying to do that in this video, because it's already a good amount of time, and I know that is gonna take me a good while to fish it out of there. I'm hoping I can do it and get it out the top without taking everything loose, but I'll probably have to take the shroud loose, and if that doesn't work, I'll probably have to pull the radiator out. I don't know. I hope I can get it out of there just like it is from the top, because the shroud doesn't go all the way around as much on the top. But if that doesn't work, I'll take the shroud loose, lay the shroud back, slip the fan out, turn it around, slip it back in, is what I'm thinking is probably going to take place. So we'll save that. So you're going to get another 1020 video. And then also the fuel gauge has come, or it is coming today, I should say. So we will throw that all in a video together of changing the fan's direction the way it should be, and doing that. I'm wondering if he's going to have noticed, like, all these years, has the tractor been running hot because the fan's been backwards? Because, yeah, what gives, friends? I mean, I never would have thought of that because I put it on the way that I took it off, and I didn't even second guess myself at all. But looking at mine, it's the other way, and all the ones on the internet, you can tell which side was on the water pump, and yeah, this one's backwards. So thank you, viewer, who caught that. Hopefully I didn't argue with you and, you know, say I would never do that, because you were right. It is appear to be backwards according to the parts book and every other example I've seen. But boy, I would have never known, because I put it back on the way it was. So anyway, we're gonna let this one go here, and hopefully in the next few days we'll have the gauge, like I said, should be coming today. Frau Blucher.
I am Frau Blucher.
I don't know if you can hear that or not, that horse back there, but anyway.
Blucher!
The gear shift knobs then would be the only other thing. Gear shift knobs, fuel gauge, flip the fan around, and then I think it's done. I mean, it probably would be a good idea to run it around here a little bit and, you know, lift up and down and drive around and whatever. I guess we could probably take you on a test drive in the next one. I usually do that when we're done with the project. But if I do that and make sure that nothing stupid starts leaking, that would be a good thing, you know. But I think he's going to be pumped about that right there, you know. Straight tines that don't gouge into themselves and into the ground. So anyway, I'm going to call this one here. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.